Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video. And today we have season 4 of the 0 overall Detroit Lions rebuild. We are looking pretty good heading into this season. We do have some players to negotiate with. Those are more guys that I picked up on one-year deals to fill out the team, as well as Zaven Collins, who we just ended up trading for at the end of last season. Let's take a look at the team. It looks very good. I think we can win. We're about the same as the Packers, and I think we're even better. We did end up moving Applewhite to right guard. Andre James is backup. I signed him as a backup. We have Brewer. That guy. And then Johnson as well. Tight end could still use some work. I don't think Juwan Johnson is the future, but he is good enough for now. Offensive line can still use some help with Taylor Lewan being old and the center and right guard not being good enough right now. But everywhere else we're pretty well set at. Dwayne Eskridge, we're going to move all the way down to 5. We'll also move Wolf up. I haven't set the depth chart yet, so that is why I'm fixing some stuff as we're going through. I think we could be a very, very good team. It really comes down to how well our defense can perform this year, with bringing in guys like Von Miller and Zaven Collins and Darnay Holmes. It's really going to depend on, our defense. I think that's pretty easy to look at. We do have some very good defensive linemen, some very good linebackers. Like I said, it just comes down to our defense. I think our offense is going to put up points. It really just comes down to our defense. And with that being said, let's move on to the midseason mark. I'll see you guys there. Okay, at the midseason mark, we are 6-0 going up against the 5-2 Bears. The Packers are 0-7. So after having that historical run with Jordan Love last year, they are back down to earth and they are fucking falling apart. The Bears are 5-2, so they're going to be a tough challenge, and they're going to be competing for that 1 seed with us. But us being undefeated at this point is very, very good. We've already had our bye week, so that is something to look at. We have 45 staff points, but the big thing is negotiating with one player in particular, which is Zaven Collins. He's our 82 second-string middle linebacker. He should be brought back. Justin Houston, I would love to bring back, but he's going to be easily in the high 60s next year in terms of regression. So will Juke Shelley. Taylor Heineke isn't worth it, and Dwayne Eskridge isn't either. So we're going to end up only bringing back Zaven Collins. Everybody else can walk. We'll probably give him a 7-year deal worth $10 million a year, so we can cut or trade him at any point in time if we need to. For anybody wondering, if you give them no signing bonus, you can cut or trade them with no penalties. And that's why I prefer to pay players a little bit more and have the option of getting out from underneath their contract if need be. So at the playoffs, we ended up going 16-1. Just fucking awesome year for us. I already upgraded the players and upgraded the coaching staff, so that's why those are not available currently. So we did get the number 1 seed going 16-1. I will even show you guys that I technically didn't play any games. I did technically play the first game of the season, so I could go in and get screenshots for thumbnails. Go get the Aaron Rodgers screenshot, the upcoming screenshot for the thumbnail, which will be Quentin Nelson and Jonathan Taylor, and then any other screenshots that I may need for the upcoming seasons. But with how things have gone, I think we might not need any more screenshots because of the fact that I think we might win the Super Bowl this year, even with this team. So I'll show you guys the team, and then we'll go ahead hop into looking at some stats, and I'll show you guys how well the team performed. I've not looked at the stats. I've only really looked at the team based off of doing the upgrades, and I've auto-upgraded some other guys. But the team looks insane right now. The offensive line has come together very nicely. The tight end, Juwan Johnson, has outperformed expectations year in and year out. And just the team looks good. It really does. On the offense, just fucking dope. And then the defense looks just as good. I think Wolf got an upgrade then, because I think he wasn't at star, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure he got, no, I guess he didn't. I guess he was at star. I don't know. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Tim Settle has a fucking massive upgrade of +3 right now, so he's playing out of his mind. And him being the third defensive lineman to go into the game, he's the third guy. Like, Dexter Lawrence and Jeffrey Simmons are your first two, and then Tim Settle shows up. You're just like if you're like the guards and center, you're probably just like, oh, fuck. And it's crazy that we went 16-1 with this defensive back group. Like, Sean Davis played a little bit of slot corner for us because we just don't have great corners right now. Like, we have Rick Nicholas, and we have Darnay Holmes, and Andrew Nelson has performed nicely. But I put Duke Shelley at 5 because I knew we weren't going to keep him. So Sean Davis played a little bit of slot. But this team has outperformed expectations, I would have to say. Let's go look at some stats now. So I must have done it in the playoffs. I mean, in the preseason, actually. So I'm not seeing where it says I played any. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't show up because I technically quit the game. But as you guys can see, no forced wins. And you guys may say, well, it's home. That's the bye week. No forced wins. Our only loss came against the Vikings in week 10. So we won our first 7. No, we won our first 8. Lost 1. Won the rest. Won the last 8. So, not bad. Aaron Rodgers, very good season. 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 picks on 71 completion percentage. Madden will never get Aaron Rodgers' interceptions right. That's just something you just have to deal with. Rushing, Jonathan Taylor, 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns. Linton with almost 600 yards, 8 touchdowns. I know it's mad. I know Jonathan Taylor had a very good year this year in real life as well. But in Madden, you need a running back. You need a good quarterback, a decent tight end, and a good slot wide receiver, and your offense will perform. Now, granted, you do need offensive line help as well. And then look, Terry McLaurin, 1,400 yards, 105 catches, 14 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Jawan Johnson, 7 touchdowns, almost 800 yards. Max Wolf, 665 yards, 3 touchdowns. Like I said, slot wide receiver, quarterback, good running back, decent tight end, and you'll do just fine. Blocking, not that big of a deal because Madden never gets that right. James Gardner, another year over 100 tackles. With a second middle linebacker in there, that's actually pretty decent. His numbers do drop a little bit, but nothing too terrible. Von Miller with 13 sacks, Jeffrey Simmons with 10.5, Greg Denton with 4.5, Dexter Lawrence with 3, Zaven Collins with 2, James Gardner with 1, Tim Settle with 1, and then everybody else has half a sack if they did end up getting any at all. Zaven Collins with 3 picks, Rick with 3 picks, James Gardner with 2, Denton with 1, Nelson with 1, Nolan McDonald with 1, and Darnay Holmes with 1. Good year for us. Turnovers are going to be turnover galore with how good our record is. 2 forced fumbles. It looked like we only recovered 1. Any blocked kicks? No. Any safeties? No. Any touchdowns? No. Kicking. Tyler Bass, 63 of 65. When you have to kick that many extra points, I would assume you're going to miss 1. He did get 1 blocked. I don't blame that on him. He hit 15 to 16 field goals as well, so that's perfectly fine. James Park, like I've said before, punters do not matter in Madden. Do not fucking pay your punter. I'm telling you, do not pay your punter. I've had Johnny Hecker, and I've had 69 overalls punting for me. They all normally get in between 46 to 52 yards of net average with about 8 to 20 inside the 20s. I don't think punters matter in Madden in terms of sim, so don't pay them. We're going to look at some awards here. Jonathan Taylor at 9 for MVP. Coach of the year goes to us, going 16-2. Who went 15-2? Oh, the Chiefs? Did the Chiefs really go 15-2? They really did. Everybody else, though, did not do good. I think the second highest is 11-6 with the Cowboys. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Christian McCaffrey. Taylor at 6. Nobody else for us. Defensive Player of the Year. We had Von Miller. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I don't think we had anybody, so it's not going to be a big problem. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Andrew Nelson, our slot corner, who started off as a 66, ended up getting 4th, so that's not terrible at all. And the rest don't really matter. Apparently, Ian Book had a very good season. I kind of want to go check him out right now, which we are going to. I want to see what the fuck he did where he's winning all these awards. 4,800 yards, 46 touchdowns, and 8 picks. I'm going to try out the Saints playbook next year. So, in the divisional round, we are taking on the 8-9 Giants. They're under 500. This must be the 7th seed or something because holy shit. And this is exactly why I don't like having 7 seeds in, in the NFL. I just don't like having 7 seeds. I think the 2nd seed gets screwed out of a lot. Now, I know we are the 1st seed, but still. We should beat them, so I'm not going to hop in. If we make it to the Super Bowl, I will hop in and, try to make sure we win. But with this only being season 4 of a rebuild that I was expecting to take a very long time, we're not really worried about it. If we lose, then we fucking deserve it. So I'll see you guys at the NFC Championship. So, of course, we ended up beating the Giants at 38-9. I do have some stuff that I need to go through, but we are taking on the 10-7 Washington football team. We should beat them as well. Like I said, I'm not going to hop in. Unless we make it to the Super Bowl, then I will hop in. Either way, I think we'll do a 5th season just for the fuck of it if we do end up winning the Super Bowl either way. So, of course, we will be taking on the 15-2 Kansas City Chiefs for the Super Bowl. If you saw this in real life, you'd probably flip the fuck out. Detroit versus Kansas City. Let's get it going. We are 16-1. We need this offense to just outperform expectations. That's it. I will be jumping in if I need to, but for the most part, I'll try to stay out of the game. Super Bowl time. Chiefs, Lions. Let's get it. Year 4 of our 0 overall rebuild. We are wearing our alternates. I was going to wear the 80s uniforms, but I'm just going to wear the alternates for now. They're clean. They're simple. Hell, I think the Lions should switch to these full time almost. I don't know about you, but I would much rather see these. I think they're dope. I think they're just clean and simple. That's all there is to it. Let's see if Tyreek Hill can get his revenge on the Chiefs. They let him walk. Let's see if he can get their revenge. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers can spoil the new, best quarterback in the league of Patrick Mahomes. We are playing in Dallas. So Aaron Rodgers comes out. This is one of the only times I've ever played with Aaron Rodgers, so it's going to be weird. Because anytime I play a Madden franchise, it seems like I have some bum. Oh, Terry McLaurin, go up and get that fucking football. Let's go. 17 seconds. We got 1 timeout. Got to make this count. Maybe if the defense gets set, we can maybe run a play. And Jonathan Taylor. Boom. Touchdown. And we'll go back into the Super Sim now. 3rd and 4. We need this. It's going to be tough winning this game if we don't get this now. Juwan Johnson. A tight end that has exceeded expectations time and time again. Rodgers with some mobility at 40 years old. Slides down at the 42, looking for something. I'm hoping Juwan Johnson can get a mismatch here. He does not once again. Just going to dump it off to Taylor. Run him over, and a double team tackle will bring him down. So we come back to the line. We're probably going to have some backups in here. Yes. A backup tight end, a backup running back, and a backup wide receiver. Hit him. And that's Wolf. I have to be careful. I have to make correct reads, or this game will be over. They're just leaving everything over the middle open. And we'll take advantage of that. 4th and 7. Game rests on this play. Darren McLaurin beats his man inside. No, that's Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. Run out. So we're heading to overtime. Don't have to throw the ball all over the field. We can run the ball with Taylor. Put the ball in the hands of our best player on the team. And Taylor's just going to take off for the first run. He's still in bounds. Hopefully they'll bite on this. Albert O open once again, running up the sideline all the way down to the 14. Have to, we'll settle for the field goal. I don't want to, but if we have to, I will. And Jawan Johnson's going to win it. The unexpected hero of the Super Bowl. I think if I had to put people up there, it would easily be James Gardner would be one. I think Aaron Rodgers would definitely have to be one. I don't know, because we haven't held on to anybody. So retirements go as follows. Justin Houston leaves. Casey Hayward, J.C. Treader, Matt Paradis, Gabe Jackson, Jake Matthews, Kevin Zeitler, Bobby Wagner, Brandon Brooks, Chandler Jones, and J.J. Watt both leave in the same year. Levante David. So some pretty big names, some pretty notable names of the 2010s. Okay, so we didn't have to re-sign anybody because I did just decide to release anybody that did have a re-sign. I could re-sign. I decided not to re-sign any of them as they were just old veterans, and I figured I could get upgrades over them. So, here's what we are doing. We are sending money towards Khalil Mack. I'm going to upgrade his contract just a little bit. I just wanted to make sure I had money to get everybody else. David Andrews, we're sending a 2-year deal to. Mac Bradford just has not stepped up enough, and he's already 26. He'll be 27 after his contract is up, so he'll get traded before the season starts if we do end up signing David Andrews. If we don't get him, Mac Bradford will be staying, but if we do get David Andrews, Mac Bradford is gone. J.C. Horn, I need a third corner. Darnay Holmes is going to be 28 after this year, which means regression already. So J.C. Horn's going to come in, play that number 2 role. Terence Marshall, one of the wide receivers, Parker Williams, is coming off contract after this year. Terence Marshall's only 25. He's a big body, so I'm going to bring him in. Benjamin St. Juste, same deal, big body corner. I'm going to bring him in. He's going to play that number 4 role for us. And then Matt Stafford, bring him back to the Lions as a backup quarterback if he wants to, and if he wants to come along on a Super Bowl ride. So I will be upgrading Khalil Mack's contract, but everybody else, I think I am. Okay, J.C. Horn, I'm not even in top 3. No, I'm number 1. So I'll upgrade Khalil Mack's contract, and then we will go to the draft. And I'll show you guys all the signings at the end of free agency. So we ended up getting a fair bit. We ended up signing David Andrews, J.C. Horn, Terence Marshall, Matthew Stafford, Leonard Floyd, and Robert Quinn. Just need some backups to fill out. A back quarterback, wide receiver that could probably play 3 or maybe number 4. J.C. Horn, who's going to be our number 2. And David Andrews, so we can move off of Mac Bradford, and we don't have to address center in the draft. Bradley Marshall out of Virginia Tech center. He'll be taking over after David Andrews leaves either within the next year or 2. Hidden dev trait is a good sign. He's going to develop fast, unlike Mac Bradford, who will be getting traded later on. Jake Crawford, he was projected to go to us in multiple mock drafts. I'm going to end up taking him here. I don't have him fully scouted, of course, because of his archetype isn't discovered, but he does look good enough. He'll be backing up Taylor Lewan and hopefully taking over next year. Darren Harris, he looks very, very good on paper. Hidden dev trait is already a great sign. He was one guy that I didn't mean to scout a whole ton, but based off of what scouts I had, he got scouted a lot anyway. So he was at 89% if I remember correctly. So he looks good. Good athletic traits. I'm going to end up trading down my 5th and final draft pick in the first round with the Raiders. They just have the best value. The Chiefs did have an offer on the board, but I figure since I just beat them in the Super Bowl, they probably wouldn't actually be trading with me in real life. I'm just going to end up taking all of Vegas's picks. Second round pick 32, I'm also going to be trading down with the Las Vegas Raiders. Need a young athletic tight end, and Silas Ragland fills that role out of Louisville, 6'6", 255. This tight end draft class was pretty fucking shit, if I had to tell you, and it does say weakest position, but it was really, really bad. I spent a lot of time putting into the tight end position, and it just not great. Ragland was probably the best one, and he doesn't look all that special either. With this pick, I'm taking the only guy left on my board, Marcus Thomas, corner out of Mississippi State, 6'3". He fills the role we were trying to fill with Benjamin St-Juste and even Byron Jones. Neither one of them accepted my contract, so we're just going to draft somebody. He's 6'3". He's huge. Probably has a very long wingspan. Hopefully he can be good in that 4th or 5th string role. 2 4s and a 6 gets me a tight end named McGee from the Panthers. I know I just drafted somebody, but I'm just going to overhaul the tight end room. 2 of them are pretty old. And then Albert O, I don't know if I want to keep around, if I just want to get younger. As well as nobody is left on my board, so I may as well use these picks wisely. Okay, so I forgot to record this. I accidentally pushed X too many times. I traded 2 3s and a 5 to the Cardinals for their running back. He's like an 82 overall. He's like a 78 receiving back and a 73 power back. He'll be a good backup. Trey Linton, I'm probably not going to bring back after this year. It just doesn't make sense to pay him. I'm giving Myles Gaskin and Trey Linton a chance to start, as well as Mac Bradford. They're going to the Texans for Damian Davis, I think it is. Power back. He's a 77 overall. He is a 77 overall power back as well. So he'll be our backup power back. Buddy Johnson and 2 7s to the Jags for a 5 and a 7 next year. Buddy Johnson's already regressing, I think, or maybe he's that overall either way. And both the 7s, like I said, nobody on my board. Okay, so looking at our draft recap, I was going pick by pick for the first 13 picks because I wanted to see if a quarterback or a right tackle that I had scouted was going to go off the board. They both went off the board. And guess what? My dumbass kept going pick by pick, and I went straight to pick 16. And then I realized, oh, shit, I just drafted my guy. I just drafted a guy. So I didn't even draft this motherfucker. Didn't even. Just skipped right past him. Luckily, he's pretty good. He's a 76. And he has a hidden depth trait. Of course, he will get pushed back to backer because he is not a he's not a left end in my system because he is way too small. He would have to be at least 280 pounds to be a defensive tackle. He's 268. I know that doesn't make a whole ton of, it's not a whole big difference, but it is to me. But our right outside linebacker is good. Everybody else is about average. But with them being backups, I didn't need them to be super great. I didn't need them to be out of this world guys. Especially since we're building towards the future when some of these guys start to become more expensive that we had in the earlier drafts or even in free agency. So, with Season 4 officially over and us coming out of the offseason and heading into the preseason, the team looks very promising. We reloaded our running back room. We reloaded our wide receiver and our tight end groups as well. Our offensive line got some upgrades as well as some backups heading into next year that should develop and hopefully be starting level caliber players. The defense was dominant as ever, and of course they continue to progress. Now with some of the older defensive linemen and interior pieces in the box, it is going to be tough replacing those guys and continuing to move forward. We do have 2 young athletic linebackers, and they're even backed up by young athletic guys as well. And Jamario Bayless and, Redrick or something? Irving and Harris are going to come in and fill those backup roles quite nice. And if we can't retain Denton and Von Miller, then we will be able to have successful outside backers. This team continues to progress and continues to have very good expectations, and with everybody playing completely out of their mind and getting morale and temporary boost, I don't see why we can't go back and try to repeat in the Super Bowl. Now, it's going to be tough, and this year I'm not going to hop into any of the games no matter what. I only hopped into the Super Bowl last year, but hey, but if you guys enjoy this content or any other content on my channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a video, as I plan on doing a lot more content, hopefully within the next couple months. As you guys can see, I've been uploading almost daily for a week to week and a half now. So, but with that being said, I'm out. Peace.